The opportunity of a lifetime is not going to wait for you, and neither should you, right? You shouldn't be waiting. The opportunity of a lifetime is here, and it's not going to wait for you. So you need to be tapped in to what is happening so that you can be successful in whatever you desire in 2025. There's a lot going on, and I don't want you to be distracted. So I'm coming off of my holiday so that I can talk to you and hear from you, because the opportunity of a lifetime is not going to wait, and neither should you. Okay. So today I'm giving you the roadmap, essentially, and offering a chance to join an exclusive group of decision makers that are taking action. I just got off of our first call, the Africa Investors Academy, today, and there's a lot going on. So I want to talk to you, and I want you to come talk to me and tell me what's going on. Tell me how you're feeling. I'm checking in with you, and I want to know what's up. All right. So we're just jumping right in. If you want to be greeted, let me know where you're joining from. Hi, Geo Party. Welcome. Let me know where you're joining from. We're live on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And there's a lot of things that people are not talking about that I want to talk to you about, because the opportunity of a lifetime is not going to wait for you. So you shouldn't wait either. And there are a lot of things that are going to distract you in this season. And I don't want you to be distracted. So hi, interestingly enough, from Charlotte. And yeah, I'm really interested also in talking to my continental Africans today as well. So this is not just for people abroad. This is for my Africans living on the continent as well, in South Africa, Ghana, Botswana, Mauritius, Tanzania, Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, Malawi, everywhere, Sierra Leone, Angola, Namibia. Yes, come through. I want to talk to you. I'm officially still on holiday. This side of the world, people aren't really getting back to work until tomorrow. Schools aren't opening until tomorrow, but I decided I'm taking off January, but I'm coming to you guys because I want to talk to you. I didn't keep time. I know. This is why I tried to do lives, but I have a family, right? I have a family, and it's Sunday. So if you're South African, you're from East London, you already know, like, work on a Sunday, scheduling anything on a Sunday is very hard to do, because we're living, right? We're living and we found peace over here on this side. Now, is it perfect? Absolutely not. But what I want to share today is really important. There is a lot happening wherever you are in the world, specifically in the Western world. And I've been seeing a lot, sharing a lot of prayers. I've had some friends that have lost their homes in LA, some colleagues that have lost homes. And none of this is exciting for me. None of this is good. None of this is okay. But I'm also not surprised. I'm not surprised, because there is something happening in the atmosphere. And if you're joining this live, if you watch this channel, you have a desire to do something that most people are not going to do. And the first thing I want to tell you is, if you desire something that most people don't do, then you cannot listen to most people, including the entities that are taking up our attention, right? These things are taking our attention. The things that are on this thing are trying to program us in a way that is beneficial to it, right? So if you are not paying to be on this platform, on Instagram, on Twitter, if you're not paying, please believe that you are essentially the product. So they're going to market to you the things that are important to them. Who are them? Who are they? The people that own these platforms, right? And Some of you have found me. The algorithm has led me to you for a reason, because you have a desire to explore life outside of what you know. Whether you're living on the continent of Africa, whether you're living in Europe, whether you're living in Asia, Southeast Asia, you are interested in something else. And you found this corner of the internet for a reason. And I'm here to tell you that that isn't by mistake. However, I really want you to stay focused on that and not be distracted by everything that is around you. So luckily, there are some opportunities that no one is talking about when it comes to living abroad, right? Doing business on the continent, living on the continent of Africa. And I'm sharing that with you. So welcome to the live stream. Let's jump right in. If you want to be, and I know you guys are over on Instagram, I cannot see the comments. I'll pop in over in a little bit. If you've got questions and you want to join, let me know and I'll send you the link. Okay. But here are some statistics, right? Because while you're living maybe in the US or you're living in Canada, right? Or you're living in the UK and it feels like everything is in chaos, the world is in chaos. I'm here to tell you that it's not chaotic here in Johannesburg, South Africa, right? It's not chaotic in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. It's not chaotic in Zanzibar. Life is chill. Things are safe, calm. Is everything perfect? Absolutely not. But we are not dealing with the type of chaos that seems to really be on a consistent when it comes to what seems to be happening in the US. So I don't have media alerts on my phone. I've no longer subscribed to Western media because I know that its number one tool is fear. And if you are listening and you're watching this type of content on a regular basis, of course, you're going to feel anxiety. Of course, you're going to feel like it's doomsday. Of course, you're going to feel like an overwhelming sense of lack. And I'd say that even for my South African family that watches some of the news, that is the goal of the media. It's not to keep you informed. It is to drive a sense of fear for you to either consume or for you to either, do something else that is in benefit of the community, right, around you, which is typically to consume or to divide or to separate. All of these things are really consistent when it comes to media. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. There's a lot more good happening in the world than there is bad. But what's happening is the bad is overtaking the good because that's what we're seeing and we're getting pushed out. But I want you to know that the continent of Africa as a collective, which is not a country, but the continent is expected to grow over 4% this year. Last year, double digits. Right? Sectors like real estate, technology, and agriculture are booming. But more than anything, peace of mind is here. Okay? Like we are not running around like chickens with our heads cut off because of the enormous amount of violence, the enormous amount of division that I'm seeing, all of this chaotic political turmoil that is happening. I'm here to tell you the really, really good news is that the world is not facing what you're seeing if you're living in the US. The bad news is it's not going to get better in the US, right? It's just not. It's been on a steady decline. The dollar has been on a steady decline over the last 30 years. The US passport has declined and it's even gone down in the last 30 days, right? So if you are serious about doing something different, then the next step is only action. Okay. This conversation is not for you if you need convincing. This conversation is not for you if you're worried about how much it's going to cost you. This conversation is not for you if you're worried about what other people are going to think about your decision. Okay. You guys are tapped in and you're tuned in to other communities of people that are living, that are doing business, and maybe some that have even gone back to where they came from because they did not adequately prepare. This isn't necessarily that conversation. This is really about action takers that are doing big things and ready to take big risks. Why? Because the biggest risk that you're already taking is doing nothing. Doing nothing is the biggest risk that you can take in this time, thinking that somebody, something, or a community of people are going to change your trajectory if you do nothing. That's just not going to happen. This is for people that are taking action, right? That are realistically ready to make some mistakes, that are ready to learn, and that are ready to be intentional about what that looks like, right? I'm not for everyone. And I know this. I've learned this over the last, couple of months. Why? Because we've been building businesses. Okay, so we're building businesses, plural, this year in real estate, in mining, in agriculture, in consumer goods. I just got off of our first call of the year with our members in the Africa Investors Academy. Our members are buying farms, buying hotels, buying real estate, investing in businesses, right? This is happening. We're already doing this. And the people that are serious are the people that we're working with in 2025. Okay. So it's not just really about business as much as it's also about lifestyle. The lifestyle that you desire, I don't know. Is it there? Is it where you are right now? I see some questions coming through and I'll address those in a minute. I'll address those in a minute for sure. But if you are now at a position where enough is enough, then let's jump in. Let's jump into this conversation. So I want you to imagine knowing exactly how to invest and do business in Africa's fastest growing sectors, actually building wealth, but also having a better quality of life with expert guidance, right? I think one of the biggest issues that many people have faced in the past is getting access to expert guidance. You can surf my website and I'll throw it there, but this is something that we've been doing all year long, from investor summits, to academies, to virtual conferences, to meetings. We're introducing our community to people that can make things happen. But I want to tell you that if you think that purchasing a $50 product, a $100 product, a $20 call, or if you think that a discounted access is going to give you the real tea, like give you the real information, it's not going to work for you, right? It's not going to work for you. I've been able to successfully help hundreds of successful entrepreneurs get their families here, invest in real estate, invest in businesses. And I want to help you too. The challenge is, this is an investment. You're about to change your life. What is that worth to you? What is that worth to you? And if you think it's like, oh, $100, $150, that's too much. Well, unfortunately, hey, I'm not sure if this is for you. Actually, I am sure it's not. It's not. People that are doing this work, that are being successful, are making the investment. I've had a couple people connect with me through YouTube, through Instagram, and they try to do it on their own and they didn't make it, right? They're not here. And I'm not saying I am the only person that's going to support you. My colleagues, my peers, my contemporaries, you can find them all here on YouTube and LinkedIn and Instagram, and everybody has different expertise in what they're able to provide. But the thing that unifies everyone is action taking, right? Taking action. So we've helped, like I said, over hundreds of entrepreneurs successfully travel, move, do business, close land, close real estate, close hotels. And now they're in that transition, right? Is that going to be you? Is that going to be you? Or are you waiting for another 5 years to take action? Are you waiting for another natural disaster to happen for you to believe that where you are currently placed isn't your best bet, isn't really where you want to live out your best days or your next days? You tell me what that looks like. So I get it. This is an investment. It's not just an expense. Many of you guys just spent thousands of dollars this past Christmas for things, for images, for pictures, right? Your children, your loved ones are not going to remember those things in 20 years. They're not going to reflect back on those things when what is about to transpire in this economy gets really hard. You made an investment in that one day. I'm asking you to make an investment in your life and your legacy. How much is financial independence and a global lifestyle worth to you? Taking the bold steps is how you grow, right? The reality is, to make your life better, you need intention. To make your life worse, you just need to do nothing. You've watched hundreds of YouTube videos. You've watched hundreds of TikTok reels. You see people getting citizenship. You see people getting land. You see people traveling, but you're still waiting for something. What is it? What are you waiting for? This isn't just a leap of faith. This is a calculated decision. So for many of you, you've been watching my content for years, and I appreciate your support and I'm grateful for it. I'm extremely grateful for it. But this is no longer about inspiration, guys. This is about taking action. Okay. And this is a community in 2025. I am so serious. Like, I am talking to people that are ready to take action. I see a couple of you guys in the chat. You guys have already taken action. You've joined me on the Travel Move Do Business Summits. You've joined me in the community. You've come to the Investor Summit in Zanzibar. Absolutely. Yes, yes. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let me jump into some of these comments. Are there communities I can connect with to move you and your family? Absolutely. There are communities. Let me go ahead and put up the website. Okay. Yes, I know I didn't keep my time. You're going to hear Penelope in the background. We were having dinner. Yeah, so I'm going to jump into these questions in a bit, but I'm still going to go a little bit on this rant because it's time for me to call you all to action. There's a lot happening. And I got to see tons of family and friends this last holiday season, folks that came to South Africa. We got to sit down, have lunch. And I know, I get it. There's a lot of anxiety around the new president, the new policies, and now natural disaster on top of it. There is no place where there isn't going to be some type of government or some type of fear, some type of division. But the goal is that we master our own desires. We master our own life. We are the masters of our life. It doesn't matter who's in office. It doesn't matter whose policy is being pushed, right? For those of us that have access to our freedom, to your passport, to financial independence, now more than ever is the most important time to take action on that. Okay. Wonderful. So we want you to be taking action. As far as community, I'm going to drop the website to the academy that I've created for successful entrepreneurs and investors that are taking action, right? We're about to close the community. I'm going to close the cohort because I am working with my members. I'm working with the students on how to successfully close on their real estate deals, how to successfully secure their farms that they're buying, secure investors. People are getting access to attorneys, their business plans, because That's what we're doing, right? That's what we're doing. Aaliyah, thank you, Aaliyah. She joined us for the Travel, Move, Do Business virtual conference for South Africa. If you want to get access to those replays, absolutely get access to those. Nope. Let me edit these. Let me do this. Struggle stream, guys. The websites are here. If you're finding value, please be sure to like the stream. Let me see where we are as far as views go. Because we're coming, I'm literally still on holiday, but I want to see y'all successful. And I don't want another year to go by where people are waiting for whatever you're waiting for. So if you want to join the live, I want to know what some of the biggest challenges are, right? What are your challenges? What are you afraid of? Because this fear thing is not real. And the biggest mistake that you can make is doing nothing. Okay? The biggest mistake you can make is doing nothing. And I don't want to see you guys make mistakes. All right. So I just dropped this is the website. No. I didn't mean to do that. So go to africainvestorsacademy.com. You can get the replays for the Travel, Move, Do Business South Africa virtual conference. Okay. That's where you can get the virtual replays and the academy. I am closing enrollment to the academy because we had to call 10 people and our community is doing huge things, right? I'm helping people secure their land, secure their businesses, secure their farms, hotels, get investors. And there was an option before yesterday, I think, of doing monthly. This is a commitment. This is an annual commitment because I'm coaching people every 2 weeks on their questions. Should they rent versus buy? What are the tax implications of moving? Right? What communities work best for children? How do you safely find help? Right? Accountant support, legal support, immigration support. And what I've learned from some of my mentors that have been here for the last 7 to 10 years is that there are a lot of people that say they want the thing. I connect them and they play, right? There is no playing this year. The cost of taking a trip, the cost of making a bad mistake can cost you up to $20,000. I'm seeing it happen. I'm seeing people invest $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, come here and have to turn right back around because they didn't do their due diligence and they did not take action and make the proper investment. I did not have the platforms that I've created for people today, right? And these are gifts that you're getting access to, right? Because not everybody has access to them. But we need to make sure that we're intentional and we're making the right decisions and we're not sitting around waiting for time to pass, right? Because this is the biggest risk you can take, is sitting around waiting for the perfect time to come. I cannot stress this enough. I have seen people pass away. I have seen people get the worst case scenario you can imagine because they're waiting for the perfect time. That's it. We get one chance at this life, and this desire that you've had is going to pass you by if you don't take action on it. And I don't have to be the person to support you, but if you are serious, you need to get on a roll. I don't know if you saw Ghanaian citizenship ceremony or media around Ghanaian citizenship, put a 1 in the chat. I want you to put a 1 in the chat. This citizenship ceremony, tons of foreigners, right? People from all over the world getting citizenship. People from Lebanon, people from Turkey, people from Italy, right? When are you going to take action? When it's too late? Let me know. Let me know. You're welcome, Teddy Blanks, for the link. Yeah, because I want to see you win. I want to see you successful, right? I want to see you successful, but I'm also not going to play with you. And I'm not going to let you play with me. I'm not going to let you play because time is of the essence. And I know this thing looks easy. I've been told this by many people in the community. Oh, you make it look so easy. My priority is making sure that I am a better me for myself and for my children and giving them the opportunities that I see available to them today. And so that is my priority for sure. And to be able to do that, I need to work with people that are ready to go, right? That you're ready to take action. You may need a little push. You may need the proper guidance. You may need the proper resources and relationships and contacts. But this is not play time. I know there's tons of people on this internet that are doing this thing, that are making it also look easy and fun and like it's a vacation constantly. This is not that. The great news is that we are able to live a life we don't have to vacation from. But if you're ready to build something for your legacy and you're ready to focus on what matters to you most, whether that's your personal development, your physical health, your family, your legacy, I can support you with that, but it is going to be an investment. All right. And so we're closing enrollment to the Africa Investors Academy. I think we've got about 5 spots left. We had a powerful session today. And if you are one of the 5 ready to go, I would love to work with you. I'm also going to take a couple people to join the live stream. If you want to join, you have questions, I would love to have you. Make sure your camera is on. Make sure your camera is on if you want to join. It's in the link in the description. I think, let me see if it's over on Instagram. I want you guys to be successful. So some of the things that we focus on in the academy: real estate, tourism, agriculture. Next up is mining, right? We'll be doing some conversations on mining in 2025. Tourism, real estate, agriculture, consumer goods, mining. That is what we're focused on. And if you have an interest, we'd love to work with you. All right. So thank you on Instagram. Oh, hi, Shar. Thank you, cousin. Thank you so much. Collins, I see you. Josiah, I see you. Jordan, thank you for joining over on Instagram. Yeah, I know there's a lot going on, but I don't want you guys to be distracted. Do not be distracted. Whatever your desire is, focus on that. Do not focus on the other things because it's not going to lead you towards your goal, right? There is a shift happening physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, so much, right? Absolutely, there is a shift. Are you waiting for the ball to drop, or are you going to take your life into your own hands? Because I can tell you, waiting around for somebody, someone, some politician, I don't know that that's the best idea. History has proven it not to be the best idea, right? Sorry, Sissy, if you want to move to the US, this is not for you. This is not the community for you. All right. I'm just going to tell you that now. This is not the community for you. This is not the call for you. Sorry. Love you. Mean it. But yeah, this is not the call for you. For my continental Africans, you want to join the community. This is about entrepreneurship. This is about building community. This is about taking our power into our own hands and being the creators of our destiny. Because we are co-creators of the life we have. However your life looks today, it is because of the decisions that you have made. And I know that's a hard one. That's a hard one for us. That's a hard one for me. Hard one for many of us. But whatever your life looks like today, it is the culmination, the combination of all of the decisions that you have made. It is why your life looks the way that it looks, good, bad, or great, right? But the good news is you get to choose what it looks like moving forward. You get to choose. And fortunately, there are people, communities, resources available to support you. If that looks like moving to a country here on the continent of Africa, South Africa, Tanzania, Kenya, Ghana, we're expanding this year into Ghana and Mauritius, traveling for your discovery trip, right? Doing business on the continent. That's the community that we're creating, okay? And you get access to that. Nobody is talking about what is to come. But what I can tell you is if you are living in North America, things are likely to get worse. And I think you know that, right? I don't think this is anything new. I don't think that you're unfamiliar with this. I think that you think that a politician is going to come and save you or a savior, right? But you've got to save you and you can do it. And the good news is you have support. Right? So I don't see anybody that wants to join. If you're finding value in this conversation, please be sure to like it and make sure that other people find this conversation while we're still having it, because I don't think anybody is talking about this. The economy in many of these countries on the continent is expected to grow substantially, not the economy of the US. Right? It is not on a upward trajectory. It's just not. And I'm not going to lie to you, because why? I don't have any reason to lie to you. The research is available for you yourself, right? So Google is your friend. Someone asked me about the decline of the passport. Google it. The power of the US passport. There's tons of articles that you can find on it about that. If you don't have your passport, you need to have your passport. That's that on that period. All right. So access to the replays are in the link. AfricaInvestorsAcademy.com are also in the description. What are some questions that you have? I can just say that every single person that I saw here in the last couple of weeks that was here in South Africa did not want to go home, right? They were not excited to go back to what looks like snowstorms, tornadoes, fires, earthquakes. It's just not, it's a challenge, right? It is a challenge, and nothing is perfect, but we are in one of the best times of our life, believe it or not. And if you are able to focus and shift your mindset to the opportunity versus the fear, you're going to be successful. And if you're looking for that type of community, well, you're my type of person. But if you want to focus on the nonsense or the things that don't feel good, I'm not for you. All right? I'm just not. Okay? So, am I dealing with anyone harvesting sea moss? Yes. Absolutely. So for people that are interested in importing sea moss, absolutely. Our community has access to vendors reliable for some of the best sea moss in the world, specifically being harvested from East Africa, Tanzania, Zanzibar, Kenya. All right. Yes. Are there communities you can connect to? Absolutely. The Africa Investors Academy. We've got 5 spots left before we close enrollment. Our community members have access to me, right? Somebody that has built a 6-figure business here on the continent, 6 figures in US dollars, and is building continuous 6-figure businesses in real estate and tourism next, and some amazing tourism endeavors, right? So you get access to me, coaching calls, resources, contacts, attorneys, immigration support. You will get access to that inside the community. Where would I recommend at this point? It depends on your lifestyle. I'm doing business now in South Africa, Tanzania, and Ghana, right? It depends on what is important to you. Travel Bruh says he's in peace here in Dar es Salaam. They're in Dar es Salaam, right? The world is not chaotic. But if you're in a place that looks like it's chaos, or it feels chaotic, or it is actually chaotic, you are, your feelings are valid, but unfortunately, it's not the world that looks that way. There are places that you can find peace and you can recluse from such chaos, right? I've been on the continent now for over 4 years, and I've never felt more at peace. I'm seeing people come off of anxiety medication, depression medication. Personally, I did, right? People coming off of high blood pressure medicine, people getting rid of their diabetes, people aging backwards, curing all types of diseases that come from the consumption of food in Western world, specifically in the US. Right? The world is not America. The world is not in chaos, right? Your country may be, but there is a place outside of that. I know a place, okay, where people are thriving. So Teddy, the US passport is declining. Go ahead and Google it. Google it and tell me what you come up with, right? And you can see what's been happening to the US passport over the last few years. Thank you so much, Lucky. Yes, you're welcome, Aaliyah. I'm so excited to be working with you and your family. You're not playing, right? Aaliyah has invested in herself, joining the community, joining my exclusive Expat Success program, where I work with people one-on-one, right? So that's separate. Expat Success is separate, and that's invite only. So those are in spaces where I share the invite only. This is not open to the public. But for people that do work with me within the academy or attend one of our virtual conferences, you get access to that. The people that are serious about transforming their life. So I'm excited to work with Aaliyah. Fantastic. Teddy, you live in Atlanta with your family and friends. Sorry, your family, and you are trying to get out, but you don't have a business plan. You have a different plans that were successful, but you need direction. Okay, well, join the community. Join the Africa Investors Academy. Hopefully you're one. It looks like we just had one person join, so we've got 4 spots left, right? So if you're interested and you need direction and you need support, and you need a business plan, you need to understand what industries are fruitful, where is the least risk with the most reward, where's high risk with even higher reward, right? What is your risk tolerance? How much capital do you have to invest? I teach people how to access capital. Right? And if you are an African-based business, because 90% of the business that I do is with African experts, African vendors, African business owners, the people that I am working with, that I am hiring, that I am paying are African experts, right? In Ghana, in Mauritius, in Tanzania, in South Africa. If you are a reputable business and you have a solid business, not an idea, a business that you've been doing for 3 years or more, you have a proof of success, right? Email me. The email's there, ashleyinafrica@gmail.com, right? Or ashley@ashleyinafrica. Both of those are my emails, to get into our network so that you can support people that are coming from abroad that have an interest in being successful, right? So if you are that, we want to work with you, right? But if you have ideas, that's great. I love it. Entrepreneurship is definitely something that I support. But in order to work with the community, you've got to have proven results, proven success, people that I can get access to tell me how good you are. All right. So you want access to the community? You want access to a plan? You need support? Join the community, Africa Investors Academy //academy. Okay. Questions. Am I only for US citizens? Not necessarily, but for people that want to do business on the continent of Africa in either Ghana, Tanzania, South Africa, or Mauritius. Okay. You want to do business in those countries. Those are the people that I help. If you have a desire to move to the US, this is not for you. Okay. This is not for you. Fantastic. Desi asks if you aren't an entrepreneur, how do you find sustainable opportunities? Well, this is also not the conversation for you. We focus on entrepreneurship. You're on LinkedIn. So yeah, there are opportunities. You can look on LinkedIn and look for jobs. I don't recommend it. Why? Because jobs are not sustainable. And especially as we're going into 2025, even for my people on the continent, AI is not playing. There are a lot of people that I love and care about deeply that their jobs will go away if they have not already. Some of the most highest paying professionals in my former career of the entertainment industry, economic development, marketing, these things are going away. If you are not able to create something for yourself and for your legacy, you are going to be a victim of them at the mercy of AI. So there are a couple of industries that are not going to be affected as much, right? And those are the opportunities that we talk about in the Africa Investors Academy, because jobs are not sustainable. They're just not. Just over broke is what it means to have a job. So if you want sustainability, you create it, right? Period. This is Desi's question. This is the answer. Sustainable opportunities exist when you create them. And we've got to stop depending on other people for our sustainability. We've got to cut it out. And if you've got children, it is even more important that you create and you build something. If not for them, they can see you building something, and they will learn how to build something for themselves. April, how long will the community be closed? I'm not sure, but I am definitely closing enrollment this week because we're getting people to the bags and to their best life, right? Like I said, this is not just about investing. This is about a better quality of life. Like I said, I saw tons of family and friends this holiday season. All they could talk about was how I am different, how much joy I have, how happy I am, how younger I look, how smart my children are in comparison to children that they know that are exactly their age, how much peace I have, how much success I have, how much freedom. Right? The lack of anxiety, the lack of depression, the lack of fear. These are the things that also come with moving and doing business on this continent. When we get into our creation energy, that is the most spiritual thing you can do, right? So Desi, it's not just about financial sustainability. When you create and you build something, you essentially get into the energy of co-creation. You create opportunities for others, and you, more than anything, learn so much about yourself that will help you self-actualize, which is the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Currently, my peers are barely getting the bare necessities of safety and security. These things aren't even available to most of the world. Why? Because we are dependent upon someone else for our safety and security. It is our job. And now it is our opportunity. We have the opportunity to literally create the safety and sustainability for ourselves. This is the best time ever. Okay. Is the Academy active in Kenya? Well, we've got some resources in Kenya, but I can say that we absolutely are planning on expanding to Kenya 2026. So it may not be for you, but this depends, right, Jacob? If you are looking to travel, yes, we've got some support in travel. But if it's building a business and building a business, investing in real estate, Kenya is not one of our markets right now, but hopefully I'm looking to expand in Kenya. And actually I've got some relationships that I need to reach out to, but stay tuned. I think in March, we will be announcing, actually next week, we'll be announcing our investor summit, right? So members of the Academy get discounts on all of our events, but we will be announcing early bird pricing for the investors virtual conference, right? And if you are a business provider and you specialize in tourism, you specialize in real estate, you specialize in relocation, and you want to be able to speak to your audience on a major platform of over 1 million, right? We've got over 1 million views per month. You absolutely want to join us at the Investor Summit, but stay tuned to that because we have not announced it, but we will be announcing it next week. Do farmers apply? What do you mean? Apply for what? The Academy? If you're a farmer and you are interested in buying land for sure abroad, absolutely. You're from America. You want to buy a home in Zanzibar after visiting. Is this for you? Absolutely. So we just had a call. We had a call today inside our Academy with one of our members that is interested in purchasing property in Zanzibar. And there is a community that we are not supporting heavily. We are not supporting. And this is a very popular community that in the past I have supported, right? So in the past, I've supported communities to invest in. They haven't done our members right. People got their money back if they worked with us and they purchased. And there are other developers, private developers that can help you build your property, or communities of investment where you are going to get tons of benefits and passive income opportunities for properties in Zanzibar. So absolutely, if you want to successfully purchase and invest in tourism-driven real estate, I highly recommend Zanzibar because tourism is exploding. And one of the best things I love about Tanzania tourism is it is seeing incremental growth from other African countries, right? So this year, two of the top countries that visited Tanzania were African countries, and one of those was South Africa. So I love that. And I'm really excited to support people that want to do business in Zanzibar as well. Sean says, you're interested? Perfect. Join. It looks like we have had 2 people purchase. We've got 3 more spots. We've got 3 more spots left. So will that be you? Let me know if you have any questions about, and you want to come on to the live and join us. Yes, we would love to have you. I'm willing to answer your questions because I get this. This is a big investment, right? But I can tell you that people that have tried to do it on their own, some have been successful, but the people that have been the most successful have had support. And there's tons of videos. You can see the testimonials of folks that I've worked with that have found value. And there are more that I need to post. That's something I'm doing this year and focused on. But more than anything, I'm focused on getting people results, right? I don't need a bunch of people in this community that are going to play. We want people that are serious, that are taking action, And that just need a little bit of extra support to do that. Yeah, I hear you, Teddy. So now is the time, right? Now is the time. I don't need to convince you. I don't need to tell you how bad it is. You know, you're there. I'm not. I have like little idea of what's going on until I pop open YouTube and I get ready to see what my colleagues and contemporaries are doing and supporting their content. But yeah, if you need more convincing, I don't know what you need, but we're taking action this year. We're doing things, and it's getting a bit more exclusive. I've got to get more exclusive with the clients that I take on, because I think people think that this is an easy process. And while it isn't impossible, it is intentional. You need to be intentional. And it's not going to happen by waiting around for the perfect time. It's just not. You think it's going to happen by saving a certain amount of money. What I don't want to see you do is waste time, and think that the perfect time is going to tell you. There's going to be an alarm. There's going to be a siren that goes off that says, now is the time. This is your siren. Okay. Aaliyah says, after the summit, her family of 7 got passports, got to the passport office. They're overwhelmed trying to get passports, going up by 79%. So passport applications are up 79%. That's huge. That is huge. It's not time to play, guys. It's not. And we're not playing. Yes. Do I have resources for getting property? Absolutely. I bought a property company. I have an attorney real estate firm called Skyline Attorney Realtors, right? So we're building that. I'll be in Cape Town next week, actually Tuesday. But these are for people that are serious, right? So you don't get access to these resources without making an investment in them. So you've got to show proof by investing, putting your money where your mouth is. You fell in love, you're seriously considering it. I don't need seriously considering people. We need people that are ready to take action. So if you're ready to take action, join the Africa Investors Academy before we close enrollment, because these are the folks that I can trust are serious about doing business here on the continent. I got a lot of negative feedback from my contacts last year of people that I connected with them that played in their face, that wasted their time, that called their phone, sent them countless emails. And because they were coming as recommendations from me, they wanted to help people. I'm telling them not to do that anymore. Unless I personally connect you to my resources or you join one of our events and connect with them in person, those are the only ways that I'm sharing resources, because my teams are overwhelmed. This 79% of passport applications is nothing compared to people that are buying property, that are pursuing residency, that are investing in business coaching. So you want access to those resources, you absolutely need to join the Academy, because we're teaching you. We're not just selling you real estate. We're teaching you how to do so in a way that is going to protect your wealth, that is going to maximize your wealth and minimize your tax liability. Because that's the other thing, right? A lot of people are concerned about taxes. What does that look like? I've been here for almost 4.5 years, right? The time alone and the resources that I've invested in cannot be compromised at this point. I'm not going to compromise them for likes. You know, I am no longer concerned of whether you think this is a real thing. I know a lot of people have thought like, oh, is she, time is of the essence. The content that I'm sharing, while extremely valuable and inspirational, is not the goal. I don't want to just inspire you. I want to make you so uncomfortable with where you are that you decide that you're so fed up with it that you're going to take action on something different. I want to make you uncomfortable. I want you to put up the mirror and ask yourself what you're waiting for. I want you to be kind of afraid when you make the investments that you're going to make when it comes to our trips, our investor summits, our masterminds, our community, because it needs to feel uncomfortable. You need to know that the discomfort is because you're about to change your life completely. That was one of the things that we did today. I made people do the uncomfortable. Tell me how much money you have saved and how much money you need to have saved. And I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you need to be doing right. Right? So these are the people that I'm looking for. Are you ready to be uncomfortable? If not, I'm not for you. Are you ready to do something completely different than the rest of the people around you? Then I'm for you. But if you're waiting for other people to get on board, if you're waiting for somebody to wave a magic wand to change your situation, I'm not for you. Right? That's just the facts. But I want you to feel supported, but you've got to make the investment in yourself first. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Springfield or Mrs. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm looking healthier than I did in earlier videos. Well, I'll take that as a positive. Yeah, I was a bit burnt out last year working with people that wanted to play. I'm not doing that this year. There's tons of value in the content. You want free? There's over 400 videos of free information. Right? But moving forward, people are going to have to invest in their next steps. Because I can tell you that's not going to be the most uncomfortable thing you do on this journey. There's tons of discomfort awaiting you if you are serious about transforming your life. I've invested over $50,000, $50,000 in my personal and professional development this side. That type of ROI is immeasurable. It's the reason why we've been able to build and scale six-figure businesses and are building more. So you want a part of that insight, you want a part of that expertise, you're going to have to make the investment too. Okay. April says, you need a change. Your job just cut jobs and sent them to India. You're working 6 days a week. You're exhausted. I'm sorry, sis. I am really sorry. Exhaustion is, how many of you are exhausted? And you're not alone. And that's the thing, April, I don't want you to feel alone. I've been there. Working 40, 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, and then trying to get certified so that this person deems me worthy of a job. I've been there. I've been on the brink of exhaustion, on the brink of burnout, literally burnt out and exhausted, hit a wall, extreme anxiety and depression. I've been there, and I'm telling you that it's only going to get better when you do something different. When you change your perspective, the things you see will change. But you've got to do something really uncomfortable, and I don't know what that is for you. But that does look like discomfort. All right, my daughter is calling me, so give me 2 seconds. Because I got to talk to my baby. Okay? Yes, my daughter called. My daughter is back in boarding school. She reported today. So I told her to call me when she got unpacked and all of that. And so, yes, I'm going to put y'all on mute every time my baby calls because, yes, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Like I said, discomfort is a part of this journey. And if you're ready for it, I can support you. But if you're not, and you're going to wait for the perfect, you think you're going to wait for the perfect time, or you think it's going to be peaches and cream and all good. Well, again, this is not for you. So I want you to, if you want to join, I'm going to again share the link. Hold on one second, baby. And you can ask your questions live. You must turn on your camera to join the live. So go ahead, get your camera ready. Go ahead, get your camera ready. Instagram had to come on over. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I mean, this thing is full of opportunities for growth. I will say that. I will say that. All right. So yeah, Miles says they are succeeding in Namibia. Fantastic. PETA, you're ready. You were in SA in October and you're ready to make the move. Fantastic. What's your date? Love says you've never visited South Africa or any other part of Africa. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Okay. What are you waiting for? Did you say the academy is only for those with established businesses looking to expand into Africa, or is it for those without businesses but looking to do business? So the academy is for entrepreneurs, right, that are looking to do business on the continent. I also said that if you are interested in being if you're a service provider, or if you are an established business already in Africa and you want to be a resource for our community, to email me. So if you are looking to do business and invest on the continent, then you want to join the academy. And if you are a service provider doing business in South Africa, Tanzania, Ghana, Mauritius, then absolutely send me an email so that I can review your business. We can have a call to see if you are a fit for our community members that are ready to take action. All right. So get ready. So you don't have to wait. Be ready so you don't have to get ready. Being army creative energy to flow true and fulfill by the journey. You would love to invest in real estate in Joburg. You will email me for a consultation. How about you actually book the consultation for doing real estate in Johannesburg? You don't have to email me about a consultation. You just book the consultation. Okay, perfect. There's also videos on doing real estate investing. So if you have questions, general questions, I've got videos on it in the community. So you can go ahead, look through the catalog of life in South Africa and find those videos. But if you're seriously ready to take action, just book the consultation, right? And if you're ready to move, I want to know, what's your date? What's your plan? So I'm currently in South Africa, but I do business in both South Africa and Tanzania. And we are expanding this year to Ghana and Mauritius. Fantastic. You're looking to move the end of this month and you launch your cosmetic line. Wonderful. The U.S.'s crime rate in what ways? Cape Town? I don't understand. The U.S.'s crime rate in worse. Okay. The problem in Africa as a whole is the mindset people, not whites, exploiting their land. Why are you worried about the other people? Right? Like, that's our challenge. We are worried about the wrong things. Worry about yourself. And leadership is required. So leadership comes through when you do the thing, mirroring. So not mirroring. When people see you doing the thing, they'll do the thing. So don't focus on everything else, right? If you have a mission, you believe in it, you do it. You take action on your thing, and other people will model you if you are doing the right thing. All right, so I'll bring you up. We rise and thrive. Thank you for joining.
Oh,
Hi.
I did. I didn't expect to be acknowledged. I'm sorry. I just came in
Oh,
at the last minute to see what you were talking about. I haven't made any steps to move to Africa. I'm living outside of the US now. I'm
okay.
just now starting my business. And I love your show and I love the wisdom that you share. And I'm just kind of here to learn.
Okay.
So sorry if I like don't know what I'm doing and I shouldn't be here.
No, you're here. If you're here, you should be here. So no worries. Thank you for the
Cool.
kind words. What is your biggest, I guess, what do you resonate with the most, I'd say, about what
Yeah.
you hear me share?
I guess for me, it's really about growing and challenging myself, and trying to work through fears. Like I'm kind of becoming fed up with fear kind of guiding my life. So I'm looking to challenge myself and to really step into what I believe is my potential. I feel like fear and, kind of US kind of mentality has been holding me back. And I know that I have more to offer. And so that's just kind of where I'm at. And so I'm looking at Africa as a potential place to shift as I move about the world, trying to figure out like what value add do I have and how can I leave a legacy for the generations after me that they can be proud of. So that's kind of where I'm at.
That's good. That's good. I think thank you for sharing that. And you know, one of the things that is important is that we don't necessarily feel this pressure,
Mm,
because we have been through a lot. We have been through a lot in our home country, and there is a lot to unlearn. There's a lot to heal. That's a big part of this process. But I do think it's important that we at least step into a plan of action, right? But I do think one of the things that we talk about a lot is taking our time, doing our due diligence, which means take some time. Like, don't jump into anything. But I think you've already done something that is, you've taken the biggest step, but you're already living outside the US, right? So you've made a huge leap. You've taken a big risk. And now it's just like, oh, okay, I can do this now, you know. So I want to
exactly.
congratulate you on that, because I'm sure that wasn't an easy step, but you've taken that first step. Um, there is a big part of unlearning and healing that is required in this journey for sure. Right. And I don't ever want people to feel like, okay, you've got to get here and you actually need to make something work. Because honestly, half of the battle is actually getting here. But what I do think is important is that I prepare people with an action plan. Right. So, what are the things that you love to do? What are the things that make you feel the most fed? Where are you going into this season in your life? I get to spend a lot of time with retirees and people that have made all of their money in the US and they want to live their best life in South Africa. So I'm inspired by their financial security, by their financial independence. Not all of them are doing business, but they are actively investing in the community, hiring people, injecting capital, buying properties, doing developments, things like that. But for some of us, sometimes we just need to get to a place to rest and restore ourselves. And that means also patronizing different healers, spas, farms, destinations where we can absolutely just reconnect with ourselves and sprout up the creativity that has been so dormant in us because we've literally been in survival mode. So I think if you are questioning maybe where that is or how that looks for you, I'd love to work with you and support you on that journey.
Okay.
I think the beauty of the community is that there are people that are all over, right? That there's a lot of us that are in South Africa, but there are some that are in Tanzania. We've got some people that are in Japan. We've got some people that are in Kuwait, that are figuring out what it looks like for them to spend time in Ghana, do business in Kenya, Tanzania, Southern Africa. So you'll get kind of to connect with other people that are already making moves, but also ask questions, right? To me, and then get resources, right? So there's business plan templates in there, there's contracts in there, there's financial plans, budgeting in there, there's resources, all of that stuff.
Yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll just schedule that consultation with you so we can have a one-on-one, and that way I can share more about what I'm doing and how I'm making this transition. And I am right now at that wellness and healing space too, and trying to rest, but also taking time to plan and try to build at the same time. But just taking my time, not putting too much pressure on myself, but also understanding that I do have more to offer, and I will, after I've had my respite, I got to get going again.
Absolutely.
My next phase, my next season.
Yes. I took 2 years. It was 2 years for me. So maybe even 2.5. So it can be done. Right. And I highly recommend it if you can do it. You can do it. So
yeah. And I love how you kind of moved around. I mean, I watched you through your Tanzania phase. And I think the first time I came across you is when you were, I think it was selling coffee or teas maybe. And you had I think you had just reached the continent, and you were just getting into your groove. And then when I saw you again, you were in Tanzania, and then I saw you again, you were in South Africa. And I was like, okay, you're just allowing yourself to learn and grow and move as you learn and grow. And that really caught my attention. So I was like, okay, I got to subscribe to Ashley.
Yay. Thank you. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you.
All right.
It was nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thanks for joining. Hi, Simone.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good to see you again.
Yes. It's funny because I was cleaning up the kitchen and I'm watch YouTube all the time now. And I'm like, oh, Ashley's live. And then you're talking about doing things that are uncomfortable. And I was like, you know what? Let me hop on because this is definitely not my comfort level. I'm the person that's in the back, just observing, taking everything in, making my decisions and making my moves kind of in the outskirts, not on camera, not in front of people. So I was like, okay, 2025, definitely need to start moving out of my comfort zone. And so taking baby steps towards that. And this is one of those. So I just want to take one and just say hello. And also just give some perspective to your viewers as someone who has joined your academy, who for the better part of last year, and I'll be very transparent, was not active and engaging with you and your community and I don't know, just the light bulb went off, and like, you need to stop playing around, like you were saying,
Mhm.
and get serious and start making the moves that you know is within your spirit, your heart to do. So I booked a trip. It was in South Africa in Johannesburg in November, and it was a dual thing. You know, it was my birthday, so I was definitely there for a vacation and time away from work, but also to engage in looking at real estate and looking at real estate opportunities, not only for moving, but certainly more importantly, from my standpoint, for investing, so that
Mhm.
the transition and move can be as kind of streamlined and seamless as possible. And then, you know,
Close the door.
the ancestors were doing what they do. And here I am sitting in the restaurant enjoying beautiful South Africa and Johannesburg. And I look to my left and I'm like, is that Ashley?
Yep.
That's Ashley. He was like, well, you should go say hello. I was like, no, she's eating, you know, she's doing her thing. I'm not trying to, you know, disrupt her evening. And he's like, no, you should just go over and say hello. And so I did. Um, but yeah, no, the trip was amazing. We're in the process, and just to kind of give truth to what you're saying, you know, working with your attorney and her helping us through the process. We're finalizing some investment properties that we're going to be, you know, finalizing the paperwork with. And I actually have a call tomorrow with the tax consultant to kind of go over
Mhm.
what all of those tax ramifications are, what you need to be thinking about when you're purchasing
Mhm.
property, particularly as a foreigner, and what your tax obligations are going to be, and how you should structure, you know, how you're financing the project, and you know, what income you're going to be generating, and what that all looks like. So yes, it is real. I am doing it as we speak. I am not anxious, a little uncomfortable. Not that I haven't bought real estate before, but I haven't certainly bought it in a whole different country. Um, so that's moving again out of the comfort zone, and
Mhm.
really restructuring a lot of what I'm doing here in the US so that I can transition. Um, I'm definitely gonna force myself to pick a date, so at least I have a target. I've been kind of like, oh, maybe a year, maybe two, we'll see. It's no more time for we'll see. It's this is what the target is going to be, and these are the
Yep.
steps you need to take in order to get to that target, and keep moving forward. So I just wanted to come on and just say hello. I didn't get a chance to
Yeah.
scream when we were on the call because the kids were doing all kind of crazy stuff, and I didn't want to be disruptive. But I just wanted to say hello and just, you know, give more credence to all that you're saying. And the service is top notch, and I agree. And I like your energy. I can see a little bit of a shift in how you're moving, and I'm all for it.
Yes.
You don't have time to play, and if you're
Mm-mm.
not serious, that's fine. Don't be serious. You can continue to watch content and you know, digest and figure it out. And when the time is right for you, then you'll take those steps. But it's not time for, you know, how could I get this and that, and what's the discount, and what's for free, and da 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 da. No, you got to put your money where your mouth is. Because
Absolutely.
if you don't invest anything in it, you're not going to take it seriously, and you're not going to move forward. So
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy you said hi at the restaurant, by the way. And Dr. Cobbs, who I was with, he's also in the chat. So he's saying it was good to see you. It was good to meet you and your husband. And no, I appreciate you. So we, you know, we did an activity today where we were like, no, what are your goals for this year? I want a date. I want an amount. I want a number of people. I want a list of people. I want like very clear, measurable goals in the present tense, right?
Mhm.
So I will be in my property on October the 15th, 2025, you know, or I will spend 6 months and here by that time, you know, just being very clear so that you can not only be intentional about that, but you can attract that in because our words are so powerful, right?
Yeah.
And so thank you so much, Simone, for sharing your experience and for seeing me. Yes, I'm in a different energy for sure going into this year because I want to help people get to their goals. Like, that's it. There's no more time for play. There's a lot happening this year. There's a lot of opportunities on the front, for not just for me, but for people in the community. And we have to make sure that we hold each other accountable because this is the time, right? Like, and there are a lot of people, and I know on your tour, you got to see a lot of people come that are, I won't say twice our age, but people that they waited their whole life thinking that something was going to change. And they've got a few decades left, hopefully a little more, but they're not strangers to thinking that they're going to live forever, but they're like, at least on my last days, I'm going to be in a place that feels better. Yeah. And so I'm proud of you for taking action. I cannot wait to see those clear, measurable, strategic goals.
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely.
in the community. And thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Yes. We'll talk soon.
Okay. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Simone. Yes. Congratulations to her. Yes, fantastic. So any more questions about joining the community? We had 2 people join, so we've got 3 spots left. Enrollment is closing this week because we're getting people situated. You saw Simone she's already closing on properties, right? Not just for but for investment. And she was here with over 40 people that were doing that as well. So your trips, your business ventures, your questions, your tax support, your legal support, you guys get access to that once making an investment in yourself, right? To join a community of people that are going to support you. And you get way more value than what you're investing. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. So let me see. Any other questions? Yes, wonderful. Oh, thank you so much, Simone. If you found value in this stream, go ahead and like it. Go ahead and like it. Share it with some other people that would find value in it as well. Let's see. Where are we, guys? Any questions? Any other questions before we hop off? Opportunities. So what's happening? Okay, we've got some people that have some questions around the academy. What businesses do we focus on? So tourism. Tourism for the continent of Africa is increasing, is at an all-time high, right? So the country of Tanzania has seen over 20% increase in tourism in 2024, right? If you're familiar and you're in the hospitality industry and you're familiar with occupancy rates, the average occupancy rate's about 60%, 65%. Zanzibar is seeing a 75 to 80% occupancy rate for their properties. They don't have enough properties for people that are visiting their country. Tourism is a huge opportunity that doesn't take a lot of capital, right? But you need to know how to do that. You can't just go into a country and establish a tourism business on your own. You need an attorney. You need vendors. You need relationships, right? Something that can take you several years to build by investing in yourself and in a community of support where people are already doing that. You bypass years of time and thousands of dollars to be able to launch your tourism business literally in 30 days. If you're serious. The next business, real estate, again, for those of you that have invested in the US and you've seen high returns, now is one of the best times to be investing in real estate on the continent of Africa, because the emigration trends, meaning people returning to the continent that went to live abroad, that went to live in different countries, they're coming back. They see what's happening, but they've got passports and citizenship in their African country and they're coming home, right? So real estate is a huge business opportunity for investment, but also lifestyle. And what do you need to get involved? You need attorneys. You need referrals on developers, people that are actually going to give you the positive feedback. Please don't send your money to somebody you've never met because they tell you they're selling land. Don't do that. I'd rather you invest that same $5,000 that they're telling you you can buy land for and take a trip, because this is the most, that's the biggest investment you can make, is in yourself and in your experiences. Please do not do that. Geoparty, you're asking, I think is something wrong with the website. When you circle me back to the same website, join the academy button, but no payment or way to enroll. Okay, sorry about that. Let me see if I can give you a link. It may be because there's just a lot of people on the site now. Let me see if I can give you a direct link to join. Oh, you're right. That button is it's not working. Okay, I see. I see. This is because we closed. I think there's no more spots left. Are there still spots left? Okay. I'm going to drop this link. Geoparty. Yeah, there's a lot of, it looks like there's a lot of visits to the site right now. So it is freezing. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but it looks like we've got 3 more spots left. Yeah, so if you want to join, there are 3 more spots left in the academy. And there's the link to join it directly. Wonderful. Okay. What was your question, Abiola? If I skipped your question, sorry. There's a lot of questions because I'm on a couple different platforms. So go ahead and ask the question again. What type of starting capital? It depends. But I don't recommend that you think about that until you actually visit. So Love, I think you said you haven't even been. I'll tell you that it's more affordable than it would be if you were to buy land in your home country, right? So it's more affordable if you were to buy it in your home country. And we're not speaking negatively about other countries. Why? Because we don't have to, right? If you have not been to a place, speaking ill of it is just showing that you lack awareness or just common respect and dignity, okay? Unless you've been here, you don't know what it's like. Right. And so I wouldn't agree. South Africa is not just like America. It's absolutely not. But, if you think it's that, then stay exactly where you are. No one will be bothered. Okay. All right. Questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Uh-oh. Okay, just making sure that you guys can get in and that once you're in, you get all of the access. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So everything should be fixed. We got 3 spots left. If you have any other questions, let me know. Fantastic. You're visiting GeoParty in April. Fantastic. I'm so excited for you. There is the link to get access into the community. Go ahead and check on it again. I think it should be fine for you. Let me know if you have any other questions. And thank you for letting me know that that error was happening. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. New York. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, so the community option should be fine. Let's see, it should be working just fine. All right, we good. We good. We're serious. We're taking action. We're taking action. There is no time for delay. You're seeing it. Passport applications, 80% up. Passport power declining. US dollar declining. The time is now, right? The time is now. And I would love to work with you and love to support you. But if not, I wish you all the best 2025. I'm going to be on holiday for another 2 weeks with my daughter, spending time, getting ready for what is going to be a huge year this year. If you're ready to take action, I want to work with you. But if you still need convincing, I'm probably not for you, right? And it's that easy. It's that easy. I'm so happy that you all were able to join me on the live. All the links are in the description below. You have any questions about anything, feel free to leave them in the comments. The answer is likely going to be join the community, right? So resources are available to our Academy members. As you can see, you had Simone come up here. She is super humble, but like she's a big deal and she's taking action, right? She's very successful in her career, and she's ready to make moves. And she invested in herself, not only in the community, but in the resources and in her opportunity to take a trip over here to South Africa and get started with what will be a transformation for her and her family. And if you want to see that for yourself, I encourage you to do the same. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the live. Yes, it's been a while, but I'm ready for this to be my best year ever. And so if you are too, if you're ready for that, I want you in the community. 3 spots left, 1 decision, infinite possibilities. Will you join us? I hope so. Until the next time, I'll see you soon.